Right, are you awake? Okay, we're going to do video. Do you want to say hi to everybody? No? Okay. Hey everybody, it's Lex and Riot, and today we're going to talk about something that's just thrilling to so many people, I'm sure, and it's trailer maintenance. So I thought I would talk today about cargo trailer camper conversion maintenance because I just brought the cargo trailer in to have semi-annual maintenance on it. And the point of today is to help anyone that currently has a cargo trailer camper conversion create a really good maintenance schedule for themselves, and or if you're interested in having a cargo trailer camper conversion, I hope you create a maintenance schedule that's really good for you because it's really, really crucial. I got my maintenance schedule from the dealer that I got the cargo trailer from, which is Colorado Trailers Inc. in Castle Rock, Colorado. And I also partnered that with some information that I found online to help make sure that I keep the cargo trailer for as long as possible because I don't intend on living life any other way. And I recently brought the cargo trailer into a local shop and I paid someone to have the tires rotated and the hubs lubed, which is fairly simple maintenance, but in lieu of me jacking it up and messing with it myself, the $40 is worth it to me to have a professional do it. So I recently did that, and I also recently talked to someone that said that they have not in the last 5 years rotated their cargo trailer's tires or lubed the hubs, and that's super concerning because I heard a second story about someone whose trailer locked up on them, their wheels locked up on them while they were towing on a highway because of lack of maintenance. What is it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's certainly true here too, especially when this is your home like it is mine. So I'm going to walk through what I do regularly and what I do semi-annually and what I do annually. And what I'll also do is compound what my current maintenance schedule is with any really great tips I'm sure that I'll get in the comments below from people that have more experience than I do. And I'll put that into a blog format on our website, lexandriot.com. So every single time that I go to tow, I checked our chains for wear and tear. I check the emergency brake because it's electric, and I make sure that the wiring looks good and things seem functional there. I check our hitch and our ball for any wear and tear and issues. I check the tires and the tire pressures. I do the tire pressures the old school way. You can get tire pressure monitoring systems, but I'm of the nature, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I just get the tire pressure gauge out and do it old school, which works. Anytime that I do have the tires rotated, I make sure to double check the lug nuts, and I do so periodically throughout the year anyway. And I also check brake wiring. I just glance underneath and make sure, as we're out here with all the little rodents, and just like I worry about the wiring in my truck, I double check the electric brakes on the trailer as well. So I do that regular maintenance about every 2 weeks, I would say, because about every 2 weeks I tow. And it's a good ritual to get into, just like the other things I check before I tow, like making sure that I'm plugged in, my chains are crossed, all of my things are bungeed down, the step is in, the door is latched, and things of that nature. So getting into regular habits like that just gives you peace of mind that you're doing what you can for the performance and safety of towing. And I think that would be true whether you tow an RV or a cargo trailer conversion, but my only experience is with a cargo trailer conversion, so that's what I recommend and what I do. Now that brings us to twice a year where and again, I pay someone. It's up to you. You can definitely do it yourself, and it's not hard to do. It's just a task, is to have the tires rotated and the hubs lubed. And then additionally, once a year, I have the ball bearings repacked on the wheels as well. So in this go round at the local shop, me and Riot went. This place worked first come, first serve only. They did not have appointments, so we got there early in the morning. But it was a good quality shop, so there was a bit of a line already first thing in the morning. So it did take us a couple hours of waiting, which was fine. We walked to a nearby Tractor Supply, bought her some treats and a new collar and a new toy, and then I got some office work done, so that was just fine as well. And the people there were really nice, and I felt like it was really worth the $40 to spend a couple hours waiting and have a professional rotate the tires and lube the hubs. So we just did that, and then we'll probably return to that shop just because I had really great service, and we come through this area in the fall as well, or I plan to. And at that time, I'll have them rotate the tires, lube the hubs, and repack the ball bearings. At that time, I'll also have them take a close inspection of the brakes and the discs, and my tires are still relatively new. They're only like a year and a half old, so they should be fine. And obviously they're inspecting those and inspecting the sidewalls of the tires as they're rotating them as well. So you want to, be looking for all those things twice a year to be done. And then in addition to that, I do also look at the structure, the framing, the welds, the bolts that are holding everything together. This trailer is kind of screwy. There's a lot of screws, so I make sure that I haven't lost any. And I also check the flooring. So this cargo trailer looks like it just has traditional old OSB flooring, but it doesn't. It has something called Dry Max, and then on the bottom of the trailer, which is a water resistant, really long yielding special form, I guess, of OSB, but it is water resistant for those that are worried or wondering, because it looks like regular OSB. And then on top, underneath where I have laminate over, there's also something called Nudo flooring, which is waterproof. So the flooring is really good in here, but this summer, for extra peace of mind, because again, I'm looking to live in this for like the next decade or more, so I might add an additional underbody coating just for my own peace of mind sometime this summer. Definitely don't want to do that out here in the desert, but maybe up in the national forest, I'll paint something on the undercarriage. I thought about bringing it to a company called Linex, but that's just a little bit more money than I'd like to pay. And again, it is Dry Max flooring, so it's not like I'm in a rush. It already has the water resistance on it. But if your trailer had just OSB or plywood, I would definitely add something that gives it water resistance or waterproofing to the bottom. So I know that's kind of a short list for cargo trailer maintenance, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some things. That those are just what's on my maintenance schedule that I know I target every time I tow, every 6 months, and every year. But obviously, if you have additional things, like, I probably should lube my hinges on the doors and stuff like that more often, but make sure you add those below, because then I'll compile everything and add it to our blog, luxandriot.com, and then post it sometime within the next week or so. And that way we have a cohesive cargo trailer camper conversion checklist to make sure that maintenance is always done and you don't have issues like your wheels locking up on you while you're towing on the highway, which is terrifying sounding. Now, in addition to talking about cargo trailer maintenance, a little bit ago I did a story time on getting unstuck, and I had a really gracious viewer who asked me not to shout her out, but her dog Gina technically can get a shout out, because her dog Gina technically gifted Riot some funds to invest in recovery gear. And so since I'm in the trailer here, I don't have everything that we were able to get, because I got really nice traction boards, and I'll give some Amazon footage here that are going to help us to get unstuck. These aren't quite the Max Tracks, because Amazon doesn't carry Max Tracks, but these seem like the next best thing. They even have like metal traction on them, and hopefully it's one of those things you hope you never have to use, but I'm glad that I do have them, especially as we are going to be adventuring in May. Hopefully, you make a plan and then life hands you other things. But I plan to be doing some adventuring in May where maybe these come in handy. With the gift Riot picked out also, this 3,500 pound tow recovery strap, which got really good reviews. It's not quite a winch, but it should get us out in a pinch. Do you like that pun? Okay, so, you know, and it has a 17,500 pound safe working limit. So if I got stuck, this should be able to pull out not only the truck, but the trailer in tow. So I'm really thankful for this. And again, something that you hope that you never have to use, but I'm glad that I have. And we also got this NextPow jump starter, which I was really happy to invest in. I normally travel with a friend, but Robert is actually not around me. I am for once, and well, not for once, but for the first time in like 8 months, actually alone. Our work took us in separate areas. He was committed to doing something for his job that he had to be in person for. And so I am actually camping by myself for once. Again, I mean, I did for like the first year, so it's not that weird, but it's weird because I haven't in a while. But the point is I always had the peace of mind that I had Robert to jumpstart me and me for him if one of us was ever stranded with a dead battery. But now I don't have that. So, or I won't for a while. I don't know when we're going to re-get together. So now I have this NextPow power pack and boost your car in seconds. And it is enough for up to an 8-liter diesel engine. I have the 6.7 liter F250. And so I'm really excited to be able to have this. It has other features on it as well, like a battery bank so you can charge USB devices if you wanted, and a torch light, SOS, and strobe mode flashlight on it. So I'm super duper thankful for this, in addition to the tow strap and the recovery boards. So while the viewer would like to be not necessarily shouted out, I am acknowledging you and thankful, very thankful, because it pushed us to invest in the recovery gear we should have had long ago. So me and Riot really, really appreciate it. Don't you appreciate it? You appreciate it too? You do? Okay. Now, if you notice, Riot is a little bit more lethargic than usual. It could be the wind. It could be the fact that, you know, we took a little walk this morning, and it could also be that maybe she's not feeling her best. So some of you may already be aware that she's a huge priority in my life. And so we are going to the vet tomorrow. She was coughing a little bit earlier this morning, and my red flags went up that I should have her tested for valley fever. This vet has very good reviews online, so I feel comfortable bringing her there. And she did just have a checkup in January, but valley fever generally takes 2 to 3 weeks to kind of percolate and cause issues. And I'm not taking any chances. They're going to do x-rays and a titer test and, you know, an overall exam. I think she has to get several x-rays of her lungs and then her joints, because valley fever can go into joints. I do have pet insurance. I highly recommend pet insurance. It's a bit of an investment, but I'm going to walk into this appointment knowing that really I have a $100 deductible, and I would rather have peace of mind that she goes through all the testing and maybe she's fine. And maybe she goes through the testing and we have an issue and I catch it super early. Valley fever is one of those things that if you travel in California, New Mexico, certainly Arizona, lots of parts of Texas, and apparently it's spreading more north as well. It's one of those things that could possibly be inevitable. Now, in the research that I've done on it, 70% of dogs, their immune system is able to fight it off. They might have a few days of feeling icky. Same thing with humans, kind of resembles like a flu, and then your immune system is able to handle it. However, in that 30% of dogs where it's an issue, it can become a huge issue. It can be life-threatening issue, limb-threatening issue if it goes into the limbs. It can cause seizures if it goes into the brain because the fungal spores can spread. So I am bringing her into the vet tomorrow morning for a bunch of tests that I hope is essentially a waste of money. Luckily, I have an emergency fund. So stay tuned because next week, hopefully we have a really positive update of her vet report where either we caught it really early or the testing was, you know, just me being a neurotic, overprotective pet parent. So I hope you got something out of today's video. You learned something about cargo trailer maintenance. Again, if you have really good tips, please leave them in the comments below. And we'll see you next time, and we'll see if this even makes it as a video. Again, thank you so much for watching. I know most of you probably came for cargo trailer camper conversion maintenance and ended up hearing about potential valley fever, but we appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to find out what happens with the valley fever testing. Thanks so much. Thanks. Bye-bye.